Before I tell you this, ask yourself one question. Why can a Japanese 6-year-old walk to school alone, while your 5-year-old needs 3 reminders just to put on their shoes? The answer has nothing to do with culture, luck, or genetics. It's one rule, one counterintuitive principle that flips everything you know about discipline upside down. Your 5-year-old is standing in the kitchen doorway, shoes untied, backpack on the floor. You've asked 3 times already, please put your shoes on. Nothing. No movement. So you do the only thing that works. You raise your voice. You count to 3. Maybe you throw in a consequence, and finally, they listen. You think you just taught them to follow instructions, but here's what actually happened. You trained your child to ignore you until you lose control. You taught them that directions only matter when your voice gets loud, that compliance only comes after escalation. And here's the part that's hard to hear. This isn't because your child is stubborn. It's because their brain is learning something very specific. I don't need to regulate myself. My parent will push me when it's time. Every reminder teaches them they don't need to remember. Every escalation teaches them they don't need to act until you become stressed enough to force it. This is why the moment you're not in the room, everything falls apart. Because they weren't practicing discipline. They were reacting to your regulation, not building their own. Now, here's the truth most parents never hear. Obedience and discipline are not the same thing. In fact, they're opposites. Obedience means they act because of you. Discipline means they act because of themselves. And this is where Japan becomes the perfect mirror. Japanese 6-year-olds walk to school alone through busy streets. They clean classrooms without being asked. They serve lunch, wash dishes, solve conflicts independently. And no one stands over them saying, "Do it now." No sticker charts, no punishments, no reminders. So what's the secret? It's not Japanese culture, it's neuroscience. It's a principle called Shitsuke, written with the characters body and beauty. It means teach the body. Not control the child, not force obedience, but train the nervous system to regulate itself. You don't build muscle by watching someone else lift weights. You build it by lifting the weight yourself. Discipline works the same way. A child doesn't build self-regulation by being controlled. They build it by practicing it. Shitsuke rests on 4 pillars. 1. Routine as the brain's architecture. Japanese children follow predictable sequences: morning, after school, bedtime. When routines repeat, the basal ganglia forms automatic pathways. The brain stops asking, "What now?" It already knows. 2. Responsibility that builds competence. Children contribute in real ways: folding laundry, carrying bags, preparing small meals. Not as punishment, not as chores for rewards, but because they're needed. And humans, even young ones, rise when they feel capable. 3. Modeled calm that transfers regulation. Teachers speak softly, move slowly, act deliberately. Why? Because regulation is contagious. A calm adult nervous system sends one message: we're safe, we can handle this. 4. Watchful waiting, Mamoru. This is the hardest part. Not jumping in, not rescuing, not scolding, but trusting the child long enough for their brain to solve the problem. A forgotten pencil isn't corrected by a lecture or a rescue. It's corrected when the child realizes it, asks for help, experiences the natural consequence, and remembers tomorrow because they solved it themselves. That is Shitsuke. So how do you bring this into your home? Here are 5 actionable steps you can start this week. Simple, clear, powerful. Step 1. Replace commands with predictable routines. A visual routine chart becomes the cue, not your voice. Step 2. Turn orders into ownership questions. Put on your shoes becomes, what's the next step in your morning routine? This activates thinking, not resistance. Step 3. Model it quietly instead of giving instructions. Start cleaning. Start organizing. Say nothing. Watch them join you because children imitate action, not lectures. Step 4. Assign microtasks that build real competence. Small responsibilities, real contributions, acknowledgement for effort, not praise for perfection. Step 5. Regulate yourself first, because a dysregulated parent cannot teach a child to be regulated. Pause. Breathe. Respond, not react. That's Shitsuke. Not obedience forced from the outside, but discipline grown from the inside. You're not failing. You're learning a new method, one rooted in neuroscience, not pressure. Start small. Start today. Watch your child transform from someone who waits for reminders to someone who leads themselves. And when things get overwhelming, and they will, there's one method that resets the nervous system in 60 seconds flat. It's called the stop method, and it protects